Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Create Your Dream Life in 5 Days. I'm your host, Heather Hope Reed, throughout these few days. I am a life coach, manifestation, and mindset coach for spiritual entrepreneurs. So let's get started with day one. I like to just jump into things. So you got your email. If you are listening to this on my YouTube channel, as part of my audience, you can sign up for a free e-course that I created. It's called Create Your Dream Life in 5 Days. And the link is down in the description. Go ahead and put your information in, and you'll receive the emails every day and all of the goodies that I'm sending out. And yeah, so welcome. Excuse me. So let's get started with day one, guys. Okay, so create your dream life in 5 days. I'm going to go hopefully a little bit deeper in these videos with you. I don't like to write. I love to write, but I don't love to write large quantities of information. I like to speak it more so I can kind of, have my thoughts out there. So the reason why I titled it Create Your Dream Life in 5 Days is because once you decide what it is that you want, it is already done. There's already, so we live in this multiple realities, infinite reality. And so whatever you can think about, it already exists. And I love knowing that. It's one of my most favorite discoveries in my life is if I can think it can happen. And the only thing that is stopping me from living that thought or living that life is just my thoughts about it. Like, oh no, that couldn't happen. Or no, that's crazy. That sort of thing. So if you can think it, then it is already done. It's already a reality in this infinite reality that we have going on. So it's not like this life becomes automatically in your, well, it does, but in 5 days, you're going to, decide all the areas of your life of what it is that you want. And, once you make that decision and focus on it day in and day out, it will be your reality very quickly. And the key is focus from that place of already living that reality throughout your day. And the more that you can do that, the faster it is manifesting it, the faster it becomes a reality that you can see. So day one, we're talking about one of my favorite things to talk about. It's basically your self-concept, but it's your divine self-concept. I heard this recently from someone. I think it's Reverend Ike. I love him. He talks about prosperity, money, all of that. And he talks about all this stuff. Everything that Neville Goddard talks about, Reverend Ike was talking about in the 70s, 80s, 90s in his speeches and his book and his church that he was running. So it is your divine concept. So knowing that you are God, this may be a new concept for you. Everybody talks about God. And, I was a former atheist most of my life. So it's really funny to watch myself come all the way over here to knowing that I am God. And so I've been studying law of attraction and all of this of manifestation for many years, about 15 years now. And, I've studied Abraham Hicks quite in depthly. And I know Abraham has said that they don't talk about God because people are so screwy about it. That's what they say. And, since I've been so in depth with, I studied Abraham Hicks for 3 years solidly. I did not study anyone else. And I was so deep in it. And then last year I got into Neville Goddard and got into law of assumption, and realizing that since I had such a deep knowledge of Abraham, that they're basically saying the same things, just different words. And a lot of people don't understand that. But the one thing that Abraham, from what I've heard, is that Abraham likes to go a little bit more mainstream with their message. So it's a little bit lighter, or I almost want to say diluted, but than other teachers. And so they want to kind of appeal to the broader audience, their message. So they don't want to say that, we are God, or if you want to call it an extension of God, or son or daughter of God, however you want to say that, you can, doesn't matter. But they ended up going with inner being, like that we have an inner being. I believe that is just what they're calling God. Like that's what they mean by inner being, is that we have that higher self, right? Which is what Bashar calls it, the higher self, that it's really our God self. So whatever you want to call it, it literally doesn't matter. But when I started learning about the inner being, I'm like, so what? I didn't quite understand it. But anyway, but the more I got into all of this, I really connected with the piece that I am the God of my reality. Like that we create our own reality. So each one of us, each one of you is creating your very own unique reality. So you can call yourself the God of your reality. You can call yourself God. I call myself God. I'm God, and I'm the God of my reality. And so what that means is I am the only deciding factor of my reality. I'm the only one. There is no free will. That's a whole nother subject. There's no free will of others in my life unless I gave them that power. If, that would be more of a victim mentality of allowing others to, do what they want in my reality. Yeah, we don't do that anymore. I don't do that at all anymore. I am God, and I create the reality that I want. So day one is really stepping into that power, because when you really know your God power, you can be, do, or have anything you want because you are God. So you get to decide. No one else gets to decide unless you allow them to, which I don't recommend, because this is your reality. You came here for this. So since you are the God of your reality, what does that mean? It means you have God power. Try it. I just gave a little pep talk to my husband this morning, and I told him, because he is, I've been writing about this every so often about my husband becoming a professional pool player, and he's turning 60 this year. So age does not matter at all, because I'm just about pursuing your dreams, whatever that is, and go do it. If you don't work just any job, do the things that you want to do. So I've been helping him with his mindset about becoming this amazing pool player. And since I have been for the past 4 months, just as soon as he realized, or 3 months, as soon as he realized he wanted to do that, we've been really working a lot on his mindset. So this morning I told him, he was doing it last night when he was playing pool. It's like, I will say, since I am God, I am the best pool player, or since I am God, I win all my games. That was what he ended up texting me back. Since I am God, I win all my games. I'm like, yes, thank you. So this morning when he was on his way to work, I said, try this out with things throughout your day. Since I'm God, or I am God, and this is going to happen, or I'm going to see this, and this is going to happen, or this person is going to come in, or this person's going to be really cool to work with today, or whatever it is. Just try it out. I said, the more you try it out, the more you realize how powerful you are. So whatever you can think, you can have 100%, because you are the God of your reality. You're the only deciding factor in your reality. So that's the God divine concept, self-concept, is that. Just remembering that you're God. And when you step into that power, it's really a knowing. When you step into that knowing that you are that powerful, that's when you can create anything you want. And it took a little while for me to convince myself of how powerful I am. And so it's one of the affirmations I use all day long. I am powerful. I am God. I am powerful. And it's like a switch gets flipped. Okay, so let's get into the regular self-concept. So Neville Goddard talks about a concept called everyone is you pushed out. Now this is stuff that I didn't write about in our emails. So it's really good to check in with the video every day, because I've been doing a podcast for a while now. And so there's no script. I just talk, whatever comes out is going to be the message. So it's really good to check in every day on the video. Okay. So everyone is you pushed out, meaning basically that you are the only person in your reality. Like, it's just you. Consciousness, like you are everything. And this is like so much broader, I think, than like Abraham talks about, or it's more of like Neville stuff. But when you realize that everything is you, then you decide how you want the world to reflect back to you. So basically, people have always said, when you put love out there, you get love back. When you put happiness out there, you get happiness back. Whatever you put out, you get back. It's like that. But it's more of that the world is a reflection of who you are. So depending on how you're feeling or how you see yourself. So how you see yourself, say you see yourself as a victim, then you get circumstances that reflect that make you believe, yeah, you are a victim, right? And so same with depression, anxiety, whatever it is, however you see yourself, others will see you. So like my grandmother told me when I was a kid, so I grew up kind of overweight. It was one of my things. And so she always said, because her daughter, my mother, used to, point out her flaws, to her others. And my grandmother always said, don't point out the things you want others to see. And I always kind of took that in. So I was never one of those people that would go around and say, oh my God, I'm so fat, or oh my God, I look like crap. It was a very rare thing. Maybe if my hair bothers me sometimes when it's not perfect, then it kind of bothers me. And then I'll like point it out like, oh my God, my hair, it just doesn't look right today. It's like literally the only thing that matters to me is my hair. So, but otherwise, growing up overweight, that's not something I would ever point out. And, we see that quite often, don't we? We see people who are overweight comment about their weight. And literally, if you didn't point that out, or if they didn't point that out, I would not have thought much about it. Does that make sense? So it's the same thing. Everyone is you pushed out. It's the same thing. So when you focus on your weight, as just an example, others will see it too, right? So if you can look in the mirror, so this is part of self-concept, and say, you know what? I'm looking so good today. I am so beautiful. I'm gorgeous. I'm pretty. You know what? I'm looking slimmer in this outfit today. Or go full out and say, gosh, I'm so skinny. I'm so skinny. I keep losing weight. Looking in the mirror the way that you really want to see yourself. If you do that for just a little bit of time, the world will reflect back those affirmations or those things that you're saying to yourself. They will. It's guaranteed. So I tell women a lot. I run a singles group locally in my town, and low self-esteem is everywhere. People who don't work on themselves tend to have, work on their mindset, they tend to have low self-esteem. And unless they were naturally brought up with high self-esteem, which is amazing, right? But a lot of people weren't. And so I tell them, give yourself a pep talk every day of, I'm beautiful. I turn heads everywhere I go. Men can't keep their eyes off me, or women can't keep their eyes off me. I am beautiful. I'm sexy. I am, I light up the room when I walk into it. Anything, the world will reflect it back to you. People in your reality will reflect whatever it is that you affirm. They will. It's guaranteed. So if you affirm to yourself that, oh, I look so fat today, it will be confirmed with the outside world. Somebody, probably a kid, right? Because kids are that way, or can be that way. Somebody's going to say something. They're going to shout it out of a car, so I rarely ever think about it anymore because I don't want to reflect that. Of course not. Because in my mind, I'm a sexy size 12. That is what I have been working on myself. So do I ever get a comment or anything, any feedback of my weight? No, never. Never. I can't remember the last time anybody has ever said anything. So try this with whatever it is that you want the world to reflect back to you. Create affirmations for those. So there's examples in your email. Do you want to be seen as gorgeous, sexy, successful, rich, wealthy, smart, funny, lovable, heard, trusted, loyal, prosperous, liked, taken care of, powerful, master manifester? So one of the things, a lot of people in my life reflect back to me that I must make a lot of money. And so, but they don't know how. They just get this feeling that I have money. And it's in the past 6 months, a year or something like that. And I'm not saying that I don't. I'm just not saying anything. I don't say anything about money. I never talk about money around anyone. I don't talk bad about money ever. So I think that's part of the thing, is that I never talk bad about money. Because when you have friends that don't have money, they literally tell you all the time that they are broke, right? Everybody does it. And it's one of my pet peeves, because I'm like, if you could stop saying that, you would have more money, So in my world, we just don't talk about money. Like, we talk highly of money. In my household, we talk highly of money. I've got, vision boards, and I've got pictures, and I've got visions in my mind all the time of what it is that I am manifesting. So there's no way in this world that I would say, like, actually physically say words like I'm broke. Like, that would hurt to say. That would hurt me to say, because I don't feel it, because I'm not, but like, it's just people, right? So the list is endless. Think about how you want to be treated. So if you started saying, and I've already said this before, but let's get into it and pick the characteristics and traits that you really want. So spend some time with this. So if you started saying, I am gorgeous, and let's say every man can't keep their eyes off of me every day, say it several times a day, every day, you will start getting compliments of your beauty and turn heads everywhere you go. Guaranteed. I get it all the time. It's quite interesting. So I get people, parroting back affirmations that I say to myself a lot. It's really funny to hear. Okay, so have fun with it. Pick all the things you want to be treated and seen. Put together your affirmations, which are your new thoughts to think. So affirmations are just your new thoughts. So I talk a lot about living in the end. This is basically Neville Goddard, but tons of people talk about this, about living in the end. So you think about what it is that you want. For me, one of the things, like when I say my affirmation is I am a sexy size 12, which for me is insanely amazing. I've been there before, and it's great. So I think about, my affirmations, I am a sexy size 12. That's living in the end. I am already a sexy size 12. And the more I think it or say it or visualize it, the more my body is morphing into that. So think those new thoughts and watch how the world will respond, whatever it is. So the next thing is using the I am statements. So it's been said for a long time that God is I am. So whatever you put after the words I am, you are. So when you say I am smart, I am gorgeous, I am rich, I am wealthy, I am successful, you are that in that moment. And you continue to be basically until you go the opposite and say, oh God, I suck, something like that, which is what normal humans do. So when you work on yourself and work on all of this, you get more, you get better at keeping it going. So you say, use I am as your magic words. So whatever you want to become or realize, you say, I am. I am. I am whatever it is. I am smart. I am funny. I am successful. And that's who you are. It's already done. It's a done deal. So this is all your self-concept. Okay. So I think that's good for today. Thank you for being here. And watch out for tomorrow's email. And like I said, if you have not subscribed to the e-course, it's free. And it's just an email sent to you every day it'll come with the link with the video to watch or listen in my case. And you also get a worksheet just to kind of keep your notes together. It's really just worksheets to keep your notes together. So, okay guys, I will be back tomorrow, and take care. Do your homework though. Do all the I am statements of all the things, and that you are God and powerful and all of that. And just start with that. I always start now with I am God, I am powerful. And then I just go with all the rest that I have. Okay, take care. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.